Welcome back to Sylvia Hagans' week 1 assignment. As I stated before, I chose option 3 to interview a person of character and an administrator in his previous employments, and also very intricate part of his school. He's going to tell you a little about that in a moment. I present to you Mr. Willie Bogan.
Hi, my name is Willie Bogan Jr., and as Ms. Hagans mentioned, is that I was formerly an administrator with the RB Inc. Corporation. I'm based out of Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm currently an educator for the Duval County School Board system here in Jacksonville, Florida.
The first question, Mr. Bogan, is I would like for you to describe your personal code of ethics.
When I think of ethics, I think of the 3 T's: honesty, integrity, and loyalty. Now, when I talk about honesty, or when I use that in my life, I like to believe that everybody has moral fibers. Okay, being sincere, being genuine, being truthful and honest. Another one of my codes is integrity. By integrity, I mean being consistent in what you're doing, being consistent in your actions, being consistent in your expectations of others, basically being consistent in general in all your practices. And the third ethics that I go by is loyalty. Loyalty immediately speaks the word devotion, being devoted to your God, being devoted to your family, being devoted to your country, and being devoted to your job. Those, I believe, are my 3 ethics that I try to live by.
Very good. Well, can we discuss how your personal code of ethics has been influenced by your family, cultural values, your experiences, and your profession?
Good question, good question. Back when I was a little fella, my mother, she would always drag me off to church. I didn't want to get up. I wanted to sleep, but she said, get up, let's go to church. Little did I know that the church was building that moral fiber in me. Seeing how everyone there is being genuine, they're honorable people, they're in the church institution. And then after my mother was done with me with the church, then here come my father. Now, being in a military family, my father, again, devoted to his job, devotion to duty. He practiced that throughout the household. Again, being loyal, faithful, kind, and courteous. He even drugged me into the Boy Scouts. If you notice, I just mentioned a few of their creeds. Loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and rebel. So those, over the years, with the help of my mother, my father, being in the Boy Scouts and so forth, really cemented these ethics to me, inside of me.
Awesome. Describe how your code of ethics has evolved and identify any challenges to and/or issues with your personal code of ethics that you encountered in a personal or professional experience.
Evolve. I would believe evolve by being more and more accountable for my actions. As a little kid, of course, I had those ethics inside of me that I didn't realize I had inside of me. But as a kid, I wasn't really being held accountable for my actions to some degree. I would play, I would say, Mama, no, I did not eat the cookie when I did eat the cookie. And I really didn't have much of, I want to say it, didn't have much accountability there, because I knew that someone else is being held accountable for my actions as a kid. Now going to a teenager, now the accountability starts to kick in more regarding my codes. Codes of being honest about myself. As a teenager, being in high school, now I'm being more responsible for my grades. I'm being held accountable for that. Being fair in the way I am treating others around me. From the teenager going into the young adult, again, the evolutions of accountability is cementing these ethics into me as well. Being honest with the people around me now. It's not so much just me and my parents now, it's me and my fellow co-workers. It's me and now my wife. It's me and now my children. So honesty kicks in hard, integrity kicks in hard, and loyalty kicks in hard. And now as not so much an old adult, but a more mature adult, those ethics are extremely important to me now. Okay.
Thank you very much. How did the challenges and or issues influence your code of ethics?
These challenges cemented a code in my life by consistently reminding me to be fair, to be consistent in what I'm doing, and to stay devoted to what I'm doing. Because again, your decisions, things that you're being held accountable for, not only affects you, but now it's affecting people around you. Around you. And I believe by keeping a code in your life is one of the keys to being successful in whatever you do. Be it a preacher, be it an administrator, be it a scientist. You got to have some codes that you need to stand on in order to stand for something in your life.
Very good. And the last question, how has your perception of your role as an administrator, teacher, educator been influenced by your personal code of ethics?
I would like to believe that that I was pretty successful in my business as an administrator in the restaurant industry because my job was to influence people to be the very best that they could be, to be more proficient than what they are. And here we go with the motivation thing, because we had a saying there that you get results through motivation. And with motivation, you have got to have that honesty there, because the employees, the students, whoever will see it real quick if you're not being honest with them. And here comes that second code of ethics that I live by, is integrity. You got to be consistent in your expectations of your employees, consistent of your students, what have you. Because telling one person one thing and then telling another person another thing will just not work in this world. And the last thing is loyalty. Again, motivation to get a person to do something, not because they have to do it, but because they want to do it. Show that loyalty to them. If you take care of them, they will take care of you. That is something that I believe to the day I die. If you are loyal to them, if you are honest to them, if you care for them, if you're consistent in your expectations of them, I believe that they'll follow you to the ends of the earth.
Very good. And I agree with everything that you have shared with us in terms of code of ethics, and you reflected upon some very good key points. And I have known you for a while, and I feel that our schools would benefit from people like yourself.
Absolutely.
We can't have good administrators, good educators, or even good principals if the code of ethics wasn't in place.
Absolutely.
On a personal basis, the code of ethics must exist in order to be successful. So this will sum up our interview with Mr. Bogan. Thank you very much for your time today.
Having me.
And Mr. Fleming, Jermaine, I will be sending you this video.